I'm not going to get long-winded here, but when I was in Montreal having my surgery, I was up at with Dr. Broussard.
Yeah.
He has a hospital up there, a very small, wonderful hospital, and really nice operation. He's got a private hospital in Montreal. And connected to that is and I'm hoping to get, hoping that we can maybe get him on film, to get him on our show. I'm going to talk to him about that. But connected to that, he has La Maison de Convalescence, which is this wonderful old Victorian right next door, which is where everybody stays during surgery, and you stay there and convalesce for a couple of weeks, and they take really wonderful care of you. And so there's a bunch of girls up there. When I was up there was 10 of us in the actually mostly male to female, but there were several female to males as well. They do that up there. And the nurses are funny because they were always amazed by the fact that you have these people, and when it's time to go for the surgery, myself and there were actually 4 of us that went sort of at the same time. You're staying in the house up there, La Maison de Convalescence, and when it's time to go, it's like you grab your stuff and you get prepped, and I won't go into the prep work, but you get prepped and you go walk over to the hospital, which is just across the parking lot. And the nurses were always saying, "This is amazing. All of these people, you're going from here next door to have this very serious major surgery, and to have basically what was there totally reconfigured." And everybody does it well. It's like it's like we're running to the hospitals. We can't wait to get there. It's like we're not cringing about this. We're not hiding in the closet. It's like let's go. And everybody goes over with a smile on their face. And it was
comes back with a bigger smile.
It comes back, yeah. And you come back, and of course, then you've got all these people wandering around with their inflatable donuts because nobody can sit down, and in pain. It's uncomfortable. It's not a procedure that's without pain, and for a while anyway, it's pretty uncomfortable, and yet all these people in pain, unable to sit down, just kind of struggling through this, but with smiles on their faces.
Probably one of the worst feeling days of your life.
Right, but you have a smile.
And,
and that was one of the observations that the nurses kept making up there. So the staff up there is wonderful, by the way. I love them. But it was quite an interesting thing. The sort of the mindset of everybody that was there, and it's like, nobody was cringing about it. It's like, let's go. And it's like, it does sort of speak to where we are in our own heads. And it's like, this is something we really want.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you think about just 4 guys. Genitals are, no pun intended, a huge deal.
Yes.
And just the idea of guys watching a video of somebody taking a baseball to the groin or a golf club to the groin.
Yeah.
And you just watch the entire room, the knees collapse.
Yes.
It's like,
another call. nlcTrans, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Jocelyn. I'm calling in on commenting on your comment about the guys when they know.
Yeah.
Well, you have to really watch out for the guys that get excited once you tell them.
The ones that don't cringe?
Right, or you wind up, with someone like me, with someone like Kenny. But then later on, that became a good thing. But it was a lot of hard work, so.
Right.
But other guys that get excited, get carried away, so.
Yeah. There's definitely...
All of a sudden, you're like the new play toy, and you're the new Malibu Barbie.
You're the new Malibu Barbie instead of the Malibu Ken.
Right. I'm sure you get that a lot. All 3 of you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Being attractive and everything.
Oh, God. Thank you.
But I just wanted to comment on that.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, there's definitely a concern with your so-called tranny chasers that are interested in transsexuals for their uniqueness, for their exoticness.
The exotic nature of the transsexual, I know.
And not because I'm a human being looking for a relationship and love.
But only looking for sex with a transsexual, which is...
And that's very difficult.
You can lower your purity score.
Yeah, exactly. We've sort of been down this road, and the problem with it is that it's always very difficult to know who's who and what their reasons are for being attracted to us.
Yeah, you do. It's like any other kind of dating. I mean, blind dating. If you get picked up in a bar, you don't really know what the guy's looking for.
That's right.
You have to get to know him.
It's hard.
And then if they turn out to be scummy, it's like, how do you get the grease off?
Exactly.
It doesn't wash off. You need
Right.
powerful cleansers.
Oh, God, yes. nlcTrans, you're on the air?
Hello, it's Kenny. How you girls doing?
Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
All right, how are you? Listen, I was watching Tyra yesterday, and she had the girl from her Psycho 11, Isis, on the show, and
Yep.
Dr. Marcy was on there. She's going to pay for her whole transition.
Marcy Bauer, right. Okay. From Trinidad, Colorado.
From Trinidad, Colorado. Yeah, and this was the America's Next Top Model contestant that was transsexual.
Oh, right.
That's cool. I don't get TV, cable TV or satellite or anything, so I don't get to see this.
I don't watch anything with Tyra in it.
Yep, she was on the CW, the new CW. So she's putting in, Dr. Marcy's going to pay for her operation. And then some other girl came out yesterday, also on the It Girl that was on Tyra's show. Season 2 came out to tell Tyra that she was a transgender girl, too.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah. She was caught off guard, but she said that she's willing to work more and more with the transgender community, everybody to let her know. And send an email to her show, and she said that she's willing to be on all public forums and stuff. So I figured I'd let you girls know.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Kenny. It doesn't hurt.
You're welcome. And you guys have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
And, I don't know how true it is, but the sort of the irony there is I had read that... is that 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Next time.
All right. We'll get back to that. What we're going to do, and I'm going to ask at this point that everybody stop calling because tomorrow is the Transgender Day of Remembrance.
Yep.
And Stacy has put together some information for us.
5:15 at the First Presbyterian Church in Hartford. They'll be meeting for their rally.
Right. And so we're going to hand this over to Stacy and let her close out the show with she's got some information for us about this.
This time of year, on Transgender Day of Remembrance, we like to have a function where we read the names of everyone who was killed that year for the crime of being trans. Here's our list this year. Kelly Telesford, UK, strangled. Brian McLaughlin, Cincinnati, Ohio, shot dead. Gabriela Alejandra Albarnos, Chile, attacked and stabbed. Patrick Murphy, Albuquerque, New Mexico, shot in the head. Stacy Brown, Baltimore, Maryland, shot. Sorry, computer problems. Adolphus Simmons, Charleston, South Carolina, shot dead. Federa, Malaysia, found lying dead in a pool of blood, no cause of death reported. Ashley Sweeney, Detroit, Michigan, shot dead. Sinisha Stewart, Bronx, New York, stabbed. Lawrence King, Oxnard, California, shot by a classmate. Simi Williams Jr., Fort Lauderdale, Florida, shot dead. Luna, Portugal, beaten to death, tossed in a dumpster. Lloyd Nixon, repeatedly beaten in the head with a brick. Felicia Milton Smythe, stabbed to death. Sylvana Berisha, Germany, stabbed. Ebony Whitaker, Memphis, Tennessee, shot to death. Rosa Pazos, Spain, stabbed. Juan Carlos Coronel, beaten to death. Angie Zapata, Greeley, Colorado, beaten to death. Jalen Namau, Hawaii, stabbed to death. Samantha Rangel Brandau, Milan, Italy,